Hello there, wrestling fans. Welcome to the season 2 finale on the internationally known Dudes Are Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther the Third, and man, what a year! End of March, my co-host decides to go solo. I thought that I was just gonna have to find something new, but this Dudes at Ringside is my family legacy. Because of my grandfather, I love wrestling. And I had this young lady the middle of the year, and she's just starting wrestling. And I felt something in this young lady. And I go back and look, and she struck gold because the Dudes at Ringside magic never fails. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside season finale to welcome back to Sam Street. Oh my God, Sam, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be back.
Oh my gosh, Sam. Oh my girl. Let's talk about the two belts, girl. Let's get into that first.
Let's do it. So I won this one first. This is the WASP Women's Championship. I won it in, I think, June. And then this is the BWC International title, and I won that at the end of July.
Wow. Man, Sam, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is this is beautiful because I was watching the interview we did with me, like, was it mid June? Was it June? I think March, June.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I'm just starting wrestling. I'm new at this, and because I was like, oh my God, if I could play the clip, you'd be like, oh my God, look
Yeah.
at me. So,
Yeah.
is there any places that you've been inspiring to wrestle that you haven't been to yet, like promotions?
Honestly, like, I've been really fortunate to get into a lot of places. And because I had my 1 year in September. So in my first year, and then, into December now, I have been really fortunate to get into a lot of places. So at the moment, I'm just kind of letting it happen. These opportunities have just kind of been coming naturally, and I've been really happy with the way things have been going. So I'm just kind of letting it happen organically.
Awesome. That's so cool, Sam, that like you now are now like have you thought about it yet now? You're the it girl. You're the girl that everybody wants to take out. So is there any in particular like indie wrestler that you've been watching from your like section of the country that you haven't had a chance to work with yet?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I think because I wrestle guys and girls.
I meant
And
both. I meant both.
yeah, yeah. And there's definitely been it's first of all kind of weird to be like, you said it girl, but it's kind of weird now to like I said, within a year come to where like I'm respected as a regular competitor, and it's really humbling. I've had the opportunity to face a lot of really great talent. But I think right now the one that's like I would love to face her is Camille from NWA. She's
Mm.
a women's champion. She's amazing. I got to face Kenzie Page from NWA in a tag team match during the summer for School of Morton. It was myself and Kylie Alexa versus Kenzie Page and Sasaki, and that was so cool. And she's the women's television champion. So at some point, I would love to face Camille. Obviously, I'm still really, really new, but she's somebody that I really respect.
You know who I want to see wrestle? I don't know if you had a chance to like get in the ring or like speak to her yet. Riley Rocket.
Yeah, I haven't met her yet.
Oh my God, you'll love Oh, now it's Roxy. Sorry, Roxy. I dropped the old name, but still, that to me, she'll always be Roxy. Always be Riley Rocket, going in the atmosphere. Because I had her like when I had you. She was so young in the game. She just started wrestling. She was in the School of Morton.
Hmm?
And I found out about her through Instagram. Like, oh, you should follow this person. So I was like, okay, me and my former co-host. I was like, you should check her out. Oh, she's so young. She came on, and now she's in NWA and part
Yeah.
of its popular stable, Pretty Empowered. So, is there like any wrestlers that you want to team up with that you've seen lately, or?
Honestly, I'm pretty down to team with anybody. Sasaki and I have been going back and forth for months. literally since my first match. We've been going back and forth ever since then. And at some point she is so dangerous in the ring. I would love to team with her at some point. You know, once we squash everything that we have, I would love to team with her because we've gotten to know each other really well in the ring.
Mm. It's like it's an interesting thing these days, Sam. I don't know if you agree with me that back in the day, men versus women was kind of like a like shade, like a very like not a very big. I'm 40, so like men versus women in a match, it was kind of like, uh, dude,
Yeah.
we don't want to do it because we don't know how the man's gonna take the fighting the woman. So like, I know you say you do it, but like, does it sometimes make you go, "Wow," when older wrestlers tell you that that really wasn't a big thing back in the day?
Yes and no, because I think you know, throughout history there's been changes like that, and so it's only natural that that would happen in wrestling as well. I think it's not that hard to understand for me that there was a time where we wouldn't compete against each other. You know, you watch wrestling from, you know, back before I was born. I can see the difference between wrestling then and wrestling now. So it makes sense to me that we've had to, you know, grow from that. But it's just really cool now that we're able to do these things because, you know, fans get behind it. We love it. So it's I just appreciate where I'm at now.
That's I am now starting to like look forward to seeing intergender matches like on Instagram. And like, so just don't forget, Sam, definitely send me some of your intergender matches on Instagram later on. I want to watch them that are on YouTube and like give them a like and stuff like that and support them. Say, go, love this. So like, is there any like other states that you want to travel to, like PA, New York, anything like that?
Yeah, I would love to get into New York. I know that the New York indie scene is amazing, and it looks like so much fun up there. I also would like to go down to South Carolina.
Mm.
You know, I've been to North Carolina, but I haven't gone quite that south yet, so I'd love to get down there too.
Don't forget the Keystone State where your buddy Panther Joe lives, because PPW in Slatington, Pennsylvania, is really good. There's a lot of good wrestlers there, like Danny Moe and
Mhm.
Facade. Actually, on my microphone, Danny,
Mhm.
Danny Moe, right there, Danny. Have you seen these before,
I have
Sam?
not. No, but they're really cool.
Yes, they're wrestling buddies.
Those are so cool.
Yes, you should look with your merch. You should look into the try to find the company that does this. I could see a little Sam Street,
For
like,
sure.
oh God, imagine they have the whole thing. They even add the ring on your pinky. Imagine that. Imagine they did that. That like so it because when I got those at a convention.
Mhm.
Danny and her husband were selling them, and I'm like, how much? They're like, oh, two something. I'm just like, and what about for two? Oh, it's a two for deal, 2 for $5. And I'm like, here's my money. Like,
Have it.
and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was afraid to like put it on my keys because keys aren't the easiest things to have on you. Like you do this and in the arms of an angel by Danny. Like she gets crushed by a car.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So do you have any merch that our fans could probably possibly find and go nab of yours yet?
Yeah. Actually, released my first T-shirt on my 1 year anniversary on September 18th. And it is my street sign T-shirt. I decided to wait until my 1 year just to kind of see where I was at. Um, and yeah, I have it advertised all over my Instagram, my Facebook, and TikTok.
I don't know if we're following each other on TikTok yet. The Joe Panther Variety Show, I had to change the name of the channel because that's part of my YouTube. The YouTube channel is called the Joe Panther Variety Show. Has anybody ever like at a show like a fan ever done like any fan art of you?
No, but I have had a. There was one kid in Fort Defiance, Virginia, I think. And he had printed out his favorite photos of all the wrestlers. And he came up to me with a photo from when I first won my Wasp Women's title. And he came up and had me sign it, and he had like decorated it and stuff like that. And then there was another fan recently in Franklin County, and he came up with a Lego brick that he had built. It was really, really cute, and he did it in the colors of my gear, and he had me sign that because he builds frames out of Legos, and then he sticks the middle part that we sign. He does it for all the wrestlers. He'll stick the middle part inside the frame, and so then it looks like custom framed art with our signatures in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, it was really cool to hear about. And like, cause I wear blue. He had like my brick done in blue and white, and it was really cool. And he made like a flat side that I could sign and all that. And then he sticks it in the frame. It's so cool.
That's awesome. I gotta
Yeah.
ask you a funny question, Sam.
Okay.
The thing I've been seeing, the picture of you with the look on your face with the meme. So how does it feel to be actually become a meme?
The stink face. I love it. I love it so much. It's turned into a joke. People will comment it under my photos. People. It's so funny. People just randomly send it to me with memes. It's so funny because like I didn't know that, that like I had such a distinct like stink face. But I was in a match in Tennessee against Kavina, and doing whatever he does, and then I was just in the corner, and I guess I made the face, and the photographer caught it right at the right moment, and now it's everywhere, and I love it.
I could see the now meme when Joe forgets to ask Sam to be his season three season three finale guest. What the heck? 2 years in a row, Sam? Come on. Let somebody else get it. So, like, there's other wrestlers that you wrestle with. There's what kind of like is it? There's I've seen all these characters in the indie scene. Like, there's so many random characters now.
Yeah,
Like, there's the names like Sam Street. There's Amanda Kiss. Like these names. Like, what do you think about these wrestlers with these gimmicky characters these days? It's insane.
I enjoy it. People have all kinds of different opinions about it, but at the end of the day, I think wrestling is like the one business in the world where like there is literally room for everybody. There's somewhere that everybody fits in wrestling, and so I think people you know when you have more fun with it, you attract a different audience. That's not personally my style, so I don't attract that audience, but somebody has to.
Yeah,
I think if people are having fun with it, go have fun with it. It's a big industry. There's room for all of us.
yeah, I get that. So, like, with it being the season two finale, and we're in Christmas time now, Sam. Do you believe it's so quick?
Now,
What is your top five favorite Christmas movies?
oh gosh, Home Alone, Christmas Story, Elf. Oh gosh, this is hard. Um, the Charlie Brown Christmas movie was my favorite when I was little, and then maybe the Santa Claus. I don't know. I feel like I'm forgetting a really good one in there somewhere.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Bad Santa. I'm like, well, yeah, it's sort of a Christmas movie and a lot of curse. It's something with Christmas movies. Like I when I caught COVID, I actually the movie decided to watch on Christmas Eve. I was like, I need something to watch, so I watched that. I watched uh, Home Alone. I watched Home Alone in my basement, and I was watching it. And it's just so classic. Like,
I,
yeah. But I'm like, I would never have been able to do that because I have such a big mouth. I'd been like, I'm home alone. Everybody want to hang out? Like, I would have been telling my friends to come over. Like,
yeah, too. Me, I would have just told everybody.
it would have been, I'd have been dead. They already would have some money. Like, that's so weird. Like, how is there one criminal in that whole neighborhood? Like,
Right?
there's like, does Marvin Harry tell them not to hit that neighborhood? Like,
Yeah, I always wondered that too. I don't know. Movie magic.
yeah. Oh, I got another one for you, Sam. Around Christmas, like, with it being Christmas, what is your favorite Christmas cookie?
Oh, probably like like the ones that everybody would bring to like the elementary school class parties, the sugar cookies that were like in the little shapes and then had like the red and green icing on them. So these very
Mm, wow.
they're just amazing, and I haven't had them since I was in school, but they are just like core memory cookie for me.
Well, I like the Italian ones that look like the brick,
Mhm.
and I like, of course, the gingerbread men. You can make gingerbread men and women. They
Yep.
gingerbread they. The Italian one with the cherry in the middle of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. The Italian cherry cookies. I love those.
Yeah,
Those are really good.
yeah. There's a lot of different ones. It's so crazy to think how many they
Mm-hmm.
have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else? I I don't know. I have none. I have none. I have wait. So what is like what would you say as a kid would have been your all time favorite Christmas gift that anybody's ever given you?
This one's easy. When I was like maybe 3 or 4 years old, I was a big Dora fan. And they had just come out with this like big Dora talking house. It was orange and it was her house, and like you push buttons and it talked to you in the different rooms. And I wanted that thing so badly. I talked about it for months. And my mom always tells this story. I wanted it so badly, and they were so excited to give it to me. And Christmas morning, I go in the living room, I see it, I sit down with it, and just out loud, I was just like, oh wow. But I remember being so excited, but my mom was like, you had such a nonchalant reaction about it. It was so disappointing.
Oh, jeez.
But then it was my favorite thing for like 3 years.
Awesome.
Yeah. She always tells that story at Christmas time. So I've been
That's
here.
yeah. So I want to thank you so much, Sam. One more question before we go.
Yep.
If there was any young male or female
Yep.
that wanted to get in the wrestling business, either to be a wrestler or a commentator or ring announcer, or what you do, a wrestler. I just said that twice. What kind of advice would you give them?
Oh my goodness. Well, number one, when you're not having fun anymore, you know it's time to retire. But the number one thing for me is be who you are. Like I said, there's room for everybody in wrestling, and wrestling is the one industry where we get to combine a sport that we love with telling our stories. And so I would just say be yourself, because they say, I think it's Jim Cornette that says, take who you are and turn it up to 11. And that's the way that the most successful people have found their way. And that's what I try to do. So I think that's the best way to go.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to have you back on, and I'm so proud of you. And
Same.
keep going, keep pushing, girl. Keep going up, keep going higher and higher. And I hope to see you either on WWE TV, NWA TV, or even on AEW Dark, or even the mainstay. This is from me. I started this journey on my own in the middle of March, and I didn't know how high and how far I was going to get with this. But young fans that are watching this and that you want to become a podcaster and you don't know what to do, just find a topic and find something that you like me, with pro wrestling. And you never know who you will find and who you will speak to and what kind of interesting stories you will find in this wrestling world. Like I met Sam, and I never thought I was going to meet Sam, but I met her, and I no, met her via computer. And wrestling can be tough. The wrestling business is not easy to work with because the countries and the states. But then when you meet on a solid peak, it turns into magic and beautiful things. Thank you, fans, for putting up with me this entire season two middle where I started from. I'm Joe Panther the third,
I'm Sam Street.
and I will see you guys in 2024. Good night, everybody. Bye.